Hello, my friends, and welcome to Hero Land, a game I actually am checking out on. I'm checking out through my browser, and I was sent this through my email, as you can tell. Um, Let me see who sent me this. I know it was Arcana Dragon sent me this, I believe. Let's take a look real quick. Yep, Arcana Dragon. Arcana Dragon sent me this. And it is a browser game, as you can tell. You can close that, like so. One thing I'm just going to say is, I have checked how far the builds go back, and it's been out since January of this year. So there have been plenty of building since. So as you can see, take the arrow keys to move and the space bar to start. So let's see how this bad boy is going to be. Let's check out the settings here. Let's see, let's view the controls first. Okay, so we got the arrow keys for movement, jump for space, attack for shift. Oh, so I can use, say, left shift then. Okay. Alright, let's try this thing out. Got survival, boss, fight, and practice. Let's try a little practice before we without boss. Let's just see how well this can go. And mind you, I was requested to do a let's play, but I prefer to do it as a review, just to share my thoughts about this. So, cursor speed is don't care. So we're going to select a hero. So, well, okay, this is some selection here. We have going through A through. Let's see, we got so many. So let's go through them first off. I have to give the guy credit. Or the person, I have to give this person some credit. This is really, in a way, this is really creative. Kudos for creation right there. You got a girl and her dog. Can throw a stick at enemies and her dog can fetch a stick to return it. When the dog gets the stick, yeah, whatever. A girl versus dog can throw a stick at enemies, and her dog can fetch a stick to return it. When the dog gets the stick, it explodes, and when he returns the stick, it explodes. Duck Hunt? A guy with a party horn can launch razor-sharp confetti at... Random as all get out. I love it. It's stupid. It's beautiful. A guy with a party horn launch razor-sharp confetti at enemies. Yeah, that's. A rocket launcher that shoots only bullets for some reason can shoot bullets at any 45-degree angle. He can lock his firing angle by pressing shift quickly twice. All caps. All caps can shoot giant bullets at enemies. Okay. I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. Oh, abandoned. Can shoot 4 directions, but he can only stay around for a short time because he has to get an update. His nickname is Winton. Advice Uncle Ben gave before the great power speech. Speech can shoot advice at enemies. The advice can be activated to transform into more advice. That's Uncle Ben for you. Akindo. The retarded brother of Akimbo. He might not be as retarded as Hulk, though. They only see him as retarded. Can place up to 3 bombs that explode when touching an enemy. Android 35. Create energy blast that can be controlled with arrow keys. Anvil gun. Can shoot an anvil that can be activated to fall down. Twin Bee? I'm reminded of the Twin Bee anime when I think about that. Excuse me. Around the world, and her friend's dance moves hurt enemies. That is so DDR, I'm telling you. Atypical. Can shoot a bullet left or right randomly. Augmented reality. Can use his AR app to hurt enemies. I'm pretty sure. Autopilot. Automatically move and jump when he's close to a ledge. Autopilot mode. He can automatically shoot enemies that he can see. Well, I hate to see what happens if he can't see it. Balloon Maker. Can turn enemies in blue. Be right back. Can shoot a laser above or below him. Constantly leaves, but does return. Blood Sacrifice. Can sacrifice herself to create minions from every enemy in coin. Boo. Can only hurt who are looking at him. Mario reference. Brett Hopper. Can press the up key to inject himself with a mild sedative that resets the day. Cage. Words hurt enemies. Is his first name Luke? Carrie can rapidly shoot bullets at enemies. Classic Sylv MC can mind control enemies by pressing the up or down keys. Mind control enemies move 2 times faster and can hurt other enemies. Yes, I want to go through all these because these are really interesting. Clock. Hand rotates and bullet can be fired at the hand's angle. Congratulations, Professor X and Aunt May! You do the math, folks. You do the math. To throw a wedding bouquet up in the air, you can press shift while it's moving to let Professor X move around with telekinesis. Connect the dots. Can jump on enemies to hurt them. He can also connect the dots, and that connection can hurt enemies. Corey can jump on enemies to hurt them. If Corey goes inside the house, he gets a movement speed boost. Corey in the house. That joke was so overused. Crit. Have a 50% chance to instantly destroy an enemy. Sure. Darth Vapor. Vapes every time he breathes and a smoke hurts enemies. Death Aura. If an enemy is within the Death Aura, when it activates, that enemy dies. Delivery. Can call on X to give you the coin so that you don't have to get it independently. X will also shoot enemies with stainless steel. Boomerang! Can throw a boomerang that can be controlled with the up and down arrow keys. Doctor Who sees a portal. Really? Since when? This is new to me. Can create a portal that aims lasers at himself. These lasers only hurt enemies. Dual beams. Fires 2 beams at a time. Dual wheels. Can shoot bullets to the left and right simultaneously. Dude questioning how in the world he got here. I think we all want to know that. Can attack enemies with his questions. The questions move in the direction of an arrow that you can rotate with the up or down arrow keys. Points. More points for the creativity of this. Duke. Shoots laser at enemy. You can charge Duke's aiming direction by holding down the arrow keys. Eraser. Erases enemies with his pencil. Move the pencil, pressing the up or down keys. Exceed them. Actions are outdone by his twin brother. Exotic Dancer. Can collect bands from enemies that will increase her movement speed. She can double jump and jump on her to dance on them. After dancing on an enemy for a short while, he can He will help her fight her other enemies. Fireman, not the type that puts out fires. Fireman can summon fireballs that circle around him. Oh, so this is Capcom Fireman? And he can throw at enemies. Flamethrower, launch stream fire, flouncy, triple jump, and can jump on enemies to hurt them. Flying kick. Fortune teller can reveal your next two heroes. Frozen. Are you sure it's not Frozen? Can create a frozen copy of himself by pressing up. You can also shoot enemies with bullets. Gat trick can shoot bullets off that bounce off enemies. Geyser can summon a spring of water. Gokolo. What happens when you have a fusion of Goku and Piccolo? Can fire beam that instantly destroys enemies. Okay, so we're gonna get Kamehameha Makansapo. Gold Roger. Slice enemies with sword, kills an enemy with his sword, and lacks the ability to fire his gun by pressing the up key. Are you sure we're not talking about Patty from Tales of Vesperia? Great power with great danger. Gains the ability to fire multiple lasers if he's close to an enemy. If he's not close, he just shoots bullets. Grenader. Throw grenades that explode upon touching walls or enemies. Ham. Coldness slows and damages nearby enemies. Haunted Nikes? Can summon ghosts while moving. Hottest of the year. Gives out the name of the most beautiful female video game character of the year. The name can be activated to draw a heart that damages enemies. Hungry Boo. Dragon Ball Z reference. Can shoot a beam that turns enemies into candy, then you can eat that candy to gain a movement speed boost. I proposed with a ring, but you sold it this morning. Now I'm mourning over my wedding that never came to pass, and my mourning damages enemies. Jimui the Wise. Can shoot lasers that cause enemies to join your side and attack other enemies. Enemies face your current direction when hit by a laser. Jill, but without Jack. Broke up with him after he cheated on her with Goldilocks. Now she's dating Peter Pan, and she's his biggest fan who thinks he really rocks. She can throw water at enemy. What? Can drop bombs. Joker can drop bombs that poison enemy. Of course, just like the actual thing. Jungler. If Jungler gets 2 last hits, he will gank for you. Kamikaze. Self-destruct. Kid reading his Christmas list. Attacks enemies with his Christmas list. You can press shift to let him read faster. Oh my god. King. Grab and throw enemies. Lakitu. Can drop spinies on that move around and hurt enemies that come in contact with him. Laser mode. Can shoot lasers that fly up at enemies. Left-handed. Facing right, his aim might be off. Librarian. Keeps a record of all the coins, locations, and can change the current coin's location to a previous location. Lobo. Calls bike over to DC. Can ride his bike by pressing the up key when it's close to him. Man using a flashlight even though it's broad daylight. Damages enemy with the light from its flashlight. Silent Hill reference. Mario Fatality. Can damage enemies by performing a fatality on Bowser. How many times has he done that? Max with a Wolverine Spear. Max can fly and use the spear to hurt enemies. Max A. Okay. Enemies surrounded while Max A is on the field. Several lasers are fired from the location of Max A. You can only use one Max A per turn. McCloud. Star Fox. Can fly and shoot lasers in any direction. Megas XLR. Can shoot 3 laser beams at a time. Mom Spaghetti. Can leave spaghetti that makes enemies friendly if they eat it. What? A moving thwomp. Can ground pound enemies by pressing down to you. Multi-gun. Can shoot 4 lasers at a time that pierces through enemies. NCT. Can take a pill to performance. Can take a pill to enhance his performance, but beware of the side effect. Of course. The narrator. Narrates everything he does, and his narration hurts enemies. Nico. Can shapeshift and stun enemies. Let me see how long this is. Because we were replicating Robotnik. Can shoot lasers is Sonic 2. Okay. Okay, since I've been reading enough of that, let's just get into this. Let's see, what do I want out of all this? Let's do a shotgun. Okay. Now that we've done that, okay, so it's like Mario Brothers. Okay. This game has a lot of references. Kudos to the references. No. So what we're looking at is a Mario Brothers like game. So it's a Mario Brothers like game with melee keyboard control. I'm actually going to go back to the title screen and check this out. Let's see. What are these controls? Well, I would think, for me, I would want to use the WASD keys. Because most games, if it requires keyboard control, or if you use a mouse keyboard, it's usually WASD. So, if you were to ever to make an update of this, I would say WASD, and also, you know, something for controller, if you can do that. Something like joy to key. Just consider that, because not everybody uses keyboard. It's been a long time for me since I used keyboard, so for me, if I were to play a game competently with a keyboard, it would have to at least be with some keys close by to where I can make proper control and movement. Or at least doing mouse control. Well, at least it's kind enough to just say, oh, which mode do you want? Easy mode? Medium, hard, or nightmare? I can pretty much imagine if it was on nightmare. No. But like I said, for me doing a first impression video, or as I like to call it, my reviews, that's the only thing. So I want to turn on sticky keys. Most easiest move ever known. So this is all I'm doing. Although I have to say, me making stuff happen with a vortex, you gotta admit, that's pretty cool. With just words, the power of words, man. I like vortex. Let's just say I just like vortex. It basically is, you don't have to do much. I have to say, for what it is, it's creativity. It's creative. It's creative in its own right, because the words actually have power. Seriously. I have no problem with this, you know. It's simple, it's easy, it's effective. But I mean, for what it is, it doesn't take that much to make a game. But other than that, all I have to say is, need a little more controls because I have a friend who uses Wasad keys whenever he does games like these. So, put in the extra option for Wasad in the future. If you're ever going to make another build, consider the fact that you need, say, Wasad and controller. Otherwise, don't just stick with one. Give the player options for the control. If you're a game dev, the smart thing you would want to do is technically give your player options. But, it's not a terrible thing, it's actually a good thing. And since it is a browser game, well, browser games are either hit or miss. But more so likely, I played browser games before, and this is by far practically the most simplistic browser game I've ever played in a long time. So, with that said, as this being a review, what I honestly think about this game is, as I'm going to play this again, but I think I want to try it on a higher level. Like, say, medium. Oh, hey, you can change it to something else. Okay. Cool. Okay. I like that. So we got Mario Brothers. We got, I believe this looked like Donkey Kong. And this looks like Popeye. I mean, if we're going to make references, come on, people. Because the first layout reminds me of Mario Brothers. The number 2 reminds me of Donkey Kong, because it reminds me of stage 2 of Donkey Kong, when you're trying to get up to save Pauline from Donkey Kong, and those little spring thingies are after you. And this third one reminds me of Popeye, because it does remind me of the layout from the first stage in Popeye. It also might remind me of, say, if not Popeye, excuse me while I'm getting myself a drink. It reminds me of the third stage, when you're saving Olive off the boat, where Bluto and Sea Hag are awaiting Popeye. We got Hungry Boo here.
Oh, like candy!
I want to make sure I'm not, putting sticky keys on. But I do like the fact that this person made so many references as a means of characters. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Plus, you don't really, you don't really stick with one character. You randomly have another. NZT. Sorry. What in the world? The Prince. The Prince. What in the world? Oh, I see. The first airbender. That must be a reference to Bomberman. Has to be. Remote bomb, that's a reference to Bomberman. Sample my goods. Taste my refreshment. Boo. What? Oh, this one can fly. Okay. Seesaw bomber. Dude, question. How in the world did he get here? Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Wait, what? Wait, what? So he's really sicking his... Okay. He's sicking this yo-yo. Oh, that's cool. I mean, my apologies if people are just wondering, why are you still on this? I don't apologize for nothing. This is weird, but I like it. Is it kind of weird that I can say, Obasa? Damn it. I have to remember to just say no. Turn off the sticky keys. But I am giving it the full smell of approval here, because it is something that really just needs to be known that this game is weird. But it's the good kind of weird that I can say, you know, for what it's worth. I'm just gonna copy and just like that. Just because, like I said, when I put this up, you guys can check it out for yourself. And of course, try it for yourself and see how well you can do, considering that this game is powerful with words. But as I said before, I said what I needed to say about this game. For what it's worth, it is miraculously stupidly creative. And that's really saying something because you don't get to actually play, you don't really get to play a game with words like this. The only kind of game I could say you can play words other than Scrabble would be GOD, Growth or De-Evolution. But that's just me. So, I don't have much to say except I've shown off most of what this game's about. Mainly, you fight words with words in such a creative fashion. And depending on how well you perform, you basically get more coins. It changes your form. It changes the way you fire. So that in itself, creative. I kind of wish more developers actually did something like that. You know, be creative. I'm not saying that all, but I wish more developers would exercise their creative side like this. This is basically exercising your creative side, and I can generally say it was worth checking out for what it really was worth. So yeah, if you've seen my browser, well, I am playing off a browser, so you can tell I'm basically busy with a whole bunch of stuff that you see on my tabs. So with that, my friends, this was a look at Hero Land, brought to us by Arcana Dragon. So next time, hopefully, another build. Take my advice. A little thing you can also do is, besides that, put a little more effort into saying the modes. Not just one word, but multiple words. Think about that. Multiple words instead of just one of these. I mean, if you're thinking Mario Brothers, go with that. But I will also say, if you're also thinking of Mario Brothers, think about how many enemies come at you. You got drones, you got the prototype Koopas, you got the flies, you got the crabs, you even got the freezies. Consider that. If you're using Mario Brothers as your blueprints, I would say, just consider that. Consider putting different words in, like say what I mentioned, the different kind of enemies that Mario Brothers had before you start going into another loop, because the game went into end of loop. So therefore, like I said, think about that. Don't just have one word come out and the same word. Now, if you pass one, another thing, I would also say, if you're going to do something like this, and you're using Mario Brothers as your prototype of development, your blueprints as you work, well, have a limit. I mean, if you have level 1, this word, level 2, this word, level 3, this word, level 4, bonus stage, level 5, this word, this, mix it up. So that's all I have to say about that. But for what it's worth, try it for yourselves, guys. See what you think about it. And I'd love to see what everybody else thinks about this game. It's a fun game. It is free. And, well, I'll have the link in the description on where you can actually download this game for yourself. Now, and like I said, I would love to see people actually try this and give their own feedback about this. Because remember, folks, it's all about simplicity. If you can make a game as simple as this, but make it like this, to where you thought of one game and make it into another game, by just this concept, it'll work. Just put a little more, just put a lot of thought into it, and trust me, it'll work out. So, I've been your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi, and this was a look at Hero End, brought to us by Arcana Dragon. Thanks a lot for the link, and hopefully you'll make a better build. Probably something with characters and all sorts of other goodies. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.